Hi everyone, it's Mandy and thanks so much for joining me for another process video. I have a new layout to share with you today, and this one is for the Vicki Boutin design team. And our assignment this week was to create either a double page layout or a single page using multiple photos. So I am going to create a single layout and I'm going to include 3 photos on this page, which I will show you in a moment. But first up, I want to show you how I created the mixed media background for this page. And I'm having a play with a couple of the new items that Vicki released at Creativation recently. So I'm using one of the new stencils, and I'm also using the new stencil brush. And I'll just mention that if you are waiting for any of the new items, if you're wanting to purchase any of those new things that she released at Creativation, keep your eye out because I believe that they will be available very soon if they're not already. I think that they were shipping last week. So yeah, just keep your eye out because they will be hitting stores very soon if they haven't already. So as I said, I'm having a play with one of the new stencils, and this comes in a pack of 3, as do all of her stencils. So don't be fooled by the packaging because you only see 1 on the front, but there's actually 2 more in there. So this pack comes with one with, so it's this one, there's one with circles on it, and there's a flower design as well. And I used the circular one on one of my layouts last month, but I haven't yet had a play with the floral one, so I plan on doing that soon because I like that one as well. But today I wanted to use the butterfly one. And as I said, I am also playing with the stencil brush. And let me tell you, this is amazing. It just adds a whole new level of fun to the art crayons. It gives you another technique for applying it to your layouts. And it is so easy, and I love the result. Like, look at that. How cool does that look? So what I did was, so I just chose 3 colors of the art crayons. So I chose a pink, a purple, and a blue because I knew that they were the colors that I wanted to use on this page. And I just scribbled them onto some plastic packaging. You could also use a sheet of acetate or an acrylic block, something non-porous like that. And then you just use the stencil brush in a circular motion. So rub it onto the art crayon in a circular motion, and it will pick up all of the pigment onto the brush. And then all you have to do is just, once again, using a circular motion, apply it through the stencil. So it's so easy. You know, if you're a little bit hesitant to try out mixed media, or you're new to mixed media, this is a really easy technique that you can, you know, apply some mixed media to your background, but you know, it's very controlled and there's no wet mediums. It's, you know, you really can't go wrong with this, and the end result is really pretty. And so I just sort of, as I was applying the different colors, I sort of tilted the stencil slightly so that it looked like the butterflies were sort of floating up the page. And I didn't clean the stencil brush in between applying the colors because I actually wanted them to blend together. If you don't want colors to mix or blend together, then just make sure that you clean the stencil brush in between applying the colors. So I think Vicki said that she just uses a baby wipe to clean the stencil brush, so maybe give that a try. So yeah, if you don't want the colours to mix together, just make sure you clean it in between applying the colours. But yeah, I love how that turned out. And so I've brought in my photos now, and I'm documenting 3 photos of my youngest daughter, Eleanor, on her first day of preschool recently. I can't believe my baby is going to preschool. She was so excited and she looked so cute with her big backpack on her back. And of course I took a million photos of her. But yeah, I missed her so much. She was so excited to go, and so I didn't show her that I was feeling emotional because I wanted, her to be excited. I wanted to be excited for her. But yeah, she had a great day, and you know, I missed her, but I was happy for her that she had a great day. But she had, you know, we're up to, I think, week 3 now. She only goes 2 days a week. But now you know, the excitement is starting to wear off, and she's not as happy when I leave her. She does have a good day there, but she's starting to get that separation anxiety, and so she gets upset when I leave her. So I'm hoping that you know, she settles in and gets used to the routine, and gets used to, you know, the mornings when we have to separate, because she has been getting a little bit upset when I leave her the last couple of weeks. But on this particular day, she was happy and excited to go. And so, of course, I wanted to document these photos of her first day. Okay, so what else am I doing? I also, on the background, use the art crayons to create some splatters. So I just scribbled it onto some plastic packaging again, and then I spritzed some water onto it, and then I used a small paintbrush just to flick it onto the page. And that just adds, you know, some more interest to the background, some more depth of colour, because it's a little bit darker than the crayon that I'd applied through the stencil. So that was why I did that. And so now what I'm doing is I want to add some strips of paper to the bottom of the page, just to ground it. I felt like it needed something along the bottom there just to ground the page. And so I'm going to trim down my white cardstock, and I'm going to add a strip of that black paper with the white script on it, and also a strip of the purple paper. Okay, so what else am I doing? I've pulled out the 2 packs of ephemera from I'm using the All the Good Things collection from Vicki Boutin. And I'm going to create 3 clusters on this layout. And I'm going to arrange them in a bit of a diagonal way down the page, just to draw your eye down the page. So yeah, as you can see, I'm going to create a cluster there on the bottom right-hand corner of the photos there. I'm going to add another cluster above the photos on the top left-hand corner, and then I've also got that small cluster down the bottom as well. So this is one of my go-to techniques for adding multiple photos to a layout. I probably have 2 techniques that I use most regularly if I'm going to include maybe 3 or 4 photos on a layout. So I'll either do this, arrange them into like a photo strip, or I will create like a grid style layout. I find that they're probably, for me, the easiest ways of getting multiple photos onto the page without it, I guess, looking too crowded. I also make sure that I print the photos quite small, particularly if I'm going to have 3 or 4 photos on the layout. I think these photos, I think I printed 2 per 6x4 sheet of photo paper, but I did have a border around them, so they're probably slightly smaller than 3x4. And by just printing them a bit smaller, I just feel as though I can still add, you know, all the embellishments and that I want to add to the page without it getting too crowded. I feel like it still looks visually pleasing, and I'm still able to get, you know, a few photos onto the layout, and yeah, it doesn't get too crowded. I used to create a lot of double page layouts a few years back, but I must admit I haven't created one for a long time. But you know, that's another way of getting multiple photos onto a page without it getting too crowded, is to create a double page layout. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm happy sort of with how this is looking, so I'm starting to stick things down. I also added some leaves from the watercolour sticker pack there to the left of that label underneath the photos, and I you saw there that I added, I used my EK Success tool just to take the adhesive off the back of that sticker, because what I want to do, as you can see I'm doing now, is I wanted to add some foam tape under all of the leaves just to lift them up and give them some extra dimension, and so I didn't want it stuck flat to the page, so that was why I used that powder tool, but also so that I could move it around until I was happy with the placement of it as well. So I'm also going to add some foam tape underneath that die cut piece, and I think it says be fearless in pursuit of your dreams, something like that, and I felt like that sentiment was perfect for this layout because, you know, it's about a new adventure that my daughter is, you know, going on, and, you know, I felt like that was something appropriate to say to her on her first day of preschool, because, you know, a new adventure like that can be a bit scary but also exciting at the same time, and so yeah, I liked that die cut piece and felt like that was quite appropriate for this page. And yeah, so I just wanted to give it some extra dimension, so I added some foam tape underneath that, and now I'm just getting all of those other bits and pieces stuck down as well. Yeah, so I'm creating another little cluster down there in the bottom right hand corner of the page, and so yeah, you can see that I've sort of arranged the three clusters in a bit of a diagonal way, so it just really draws your eye from the top left hand corner down through the photos. Then I'll add the title and journaling underneath the photos, and then down to the bottom right hand corner of the page. And so I just added another sticker there above the photo strip that says fun starts here, which once again is another, you know, really appropriate sentiment to add to this page. And now I'm using the chipboard thickers that are part of the All the Good Things collection, and my title is going to be Preschool Girl, so I'm just using my T-square ruler there just to make sure that I am, you know, have them straight. So there I have them all done, and I just sort of tucked them up right up against that cluster underneath the photo, so it just tucks in nicely there. And then I'm going to add my journaling to the page, and I've typed my journaling up on my typewriter and then cut it up into strips, and I'm going to add it underneath the title there. I often like to add my journaling in this way. Sometimes I'll use my own handwriting, but often I like to type up my journaling. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just add a few enamel dots to the page, and then I will call it done. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks so much for, you know, watching my videos, giving me thumbs up and commenting. I really appreciate all of that. So I will be back soon with another video, and I will see you then, guys. Bye.